Good day, fashion friends. It is Friday and it's time for another estate sale. So for this estate sale, I saw a picture of a blue rotary phone. And so now I am on my way to go get that blue rotary phone because they are very hard to find. I have no idea what they're going to want for it. But I don't want to wait until the second day because maybe it'll be gone because the blue ones are rare. So here we go, off on another estate sale escapade. Okay, there is the one in the picture, but let's check it out. So in doing research of discolored phones, so you can see how this is blue, this is green. Now, with this kind of plastic, oxidation happens, or nicotine happens, or just wear and tear. So what I've learned is that you need to check the phone, you need to check these pieces and see if this color, green, is due to the oxidation. So the first thing I'm going to check is underneath the handset, where you can see is originally blue. So that's a good sign. The next thing I'm going to check is the inside. And as you can see, that is definitely blue. Now, doing research, I have found that this can be lightened with 40 volume cream developer, basically what hairdressers use, and UV light. So I'm going to go ahead and get this because the blue ones are hard to find, and I should be able to restore this back to blue. So I'm excited, super excited. Now, it does not have a blue cord. I can buy a blue cord, or I can use a different color cord. I've been trying to utilize what I have on hand, so I will figure that out. But for right now, I have this blue phone. I found another blue one in the basement. It is not discolored, so that is good. So this will give me 2 blue phones to use denim and make a denim rotary phone purse. So excited. So I've learned it's always good to look at ties. So I love this pattern on this one. And I flip it over and look, it's an Oleg Cassini vintage. So then I come over here and see what else they have. And look at that, Yves Saint Laurent. So I'm gonna take that one, even though it's just plain brown. Let's see what else they have. Alessio. Another Oleg Cassini. And another. That one's actually kind of cool. I like that pattern. There's no tag on it, so it must have fallen off somewhere. But I think I'm going to grab that one. Another. And another. And another. I saw this first and then flipped it around. How cute is that? That's a really cool pattern. Oh. Okay, that is a cool set. They went 18. A lot of jeans in here. Oh my gosh. A lot of Levi's. Let's see if we can find some acid wash. I don't see any cool shirts yet, so I'm gonna have to put this down and do some digging. How cool is that? linens are always good. Although I have enough material and linens, so not sure if there's anything in here that will strike my fancy. I see discolored lace, doilies, linen napkins. Nah, nothing there. These little picnic baskets are always super cute. See these? Oh wait, what's back there? Oh, those are cards. Okay, these are really cool. Wow. That's pretty amazing. Wow. I didn't notice these when I was over here, but look at these chairs. Wait, I gotta get some better light. Look at those. Gorgeous. Just taking a swipe through the basement, just in case. There might be anything cool down here. Tackle box, golf clubs, pool table, golf balls. Oh, let's switch spots here. Flex dot. Don't really see anything else. I actually picked up more than, oh my gosh, that's a blast from the past. My grandparents had a set of those. What is this? Ooh, that's a cool little box. Yeah, I don't see anything else. Okay, I am home. I am super excited about this, and believe it or not, I looked these up just on a whim. This is a Western Electric, and it says property of Ohio Bell. And these phones are selling on eBay for about 60 bucks. But there are many listed. I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel bad taking it apart, but it's for art, right? So first thing I'm going to do before I even attempt to clean this up, I'm going to take this apart, because the only thing that I'm going to be cleaning and soaking is the rotary and the handset. And I've done that in a previous video, so I'm not going to make you watch it again. But that's my first step, is to take these apart, clean the parts that I'm going to soak. And I went to Sally Beauty Supply. Where is it? Hold on. I went to Sally Beauty Supply to pick up some 40 volume cream developer, and they were out of 40, but they had 50, which I did not know existed. And I was in the beauty industry for 20 years, not as a hairdresser, but as a nail tech. So I ended up getting the 50 volume. It's a little stronger, and we're gonna see what happens. So first thing, I'm going to take this apart, clean them, and then get to soaking them. Okay, this was no easy task, but I got all the foam parts scrubbed, taken apart. I had some sticky residue that I needed to get off. The colors did not change, unfortunately. So, oh, and these cords, I had to scrub like little coil by coil. I had to stretch them out over my sink divider and scrub them with a little scrubby sponge. So that probably took me a good 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. I don't know. I didn't time it. But they are all clean. And now I am going to attempt to use the 50 volume. And we have a plant lamp that is supposed to be UV light. It's old, so I don't know if this is going to work or not. So I'm going to wrap these parts first and see if it will work and start to lighten these. Okay, so since I'm using 50 volume, it's very, very harsh on the skin. This is literally like hydrogen peroxide. So I absolutely recommend using gloves, and basically you're just going to brush this on liberally, making sure everything is covered, and then wrap it in plastic wrap. And I'm sure you don't want to watch me do this whole thing, but you get the idea. So I will come back when I am finished. Now, on another note, I got this off of Facebook Marketplace, and to me, I'm thinking it's a beige or a tan phone with a white cord. However, now that I'm learning these things, when I look on the underside, it's white here and a little bit here. And when I take this off, oh look, this phone is supposed to be white, but it looks beige, like a yellow beige. Might be coming off like slightly pink in the camera. So I feel like I need to possibly try to bleach this one as well. So I'm going to take this one apart now. I've had this for a week or so. So now I'm going to take this one apart and clean it while I am in the process of doing the other two phones. All right, so I changed things up a little bit. I know it's going to be hard to see, but I happen to have this very tall box, and I found a video where a guy positioned the UV light straight down onto the items that he was trying to retrobright. That's what this procedure is called. And so he put it in a box lined with foil and then positioned the light over top so that the foil will reflect in all directions. So I'm going to try that, and then I'm just going to put the light, the UV light on top so it will just shine right straight down. And then I'll check it in a little bit. Okay, before I turn this on, I want to show you what I have going on, because this thing is super, super bright, and I'm like, I don't think I'm supposed to be looking at this. So the bulb is in there. I know you can't see it, but it is in there. And I have it positioned over the box. So now I will plug it back in and let it sit, and then I will check it in about an hour just to see if anything is starting to look a little bit lighter. Okay, it has been, I am so excited. It has been like maybe an hour and a half, and oh my gosh, look at that. Those are done. I would say those are done. Okay, those are done. Let's check the blue ones. Oh, I need my gloves. Shoot. Hold on, I gotta go get my gloves. Okay, so I picked that, I picked that up with my bare fingers, and I could feel that it was a little wet. And just let me show you what that 50 volume does to your fingers right off the bat. Look at that. I mean, we're talking within seconds. So always, 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 always use gloves. So I had to go get my gloves. So I'm gonna pull these blue ones up And I'm gonna say those are done. Look at that, even like on the sides. Very nice, I'm happy with that. Here's the blue receiver. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. There's still a couple little spots that might be left, but I'm gonna clean these off and check them. And then if I need to recover them, I will, but oh my gosh, I can't believe how fast that worked. But I will tell you, that is an old UV lamp. This is still a little yellow. I don't know if you can see it. Well, I'm getting the streaking on there, so I gotta wipe this one off and recover it. But oh my gosh, I'm so happy. So happy. So I'm gonna take these upstairs, clean them off, and redo that other one, and then put it back in. But I'm gonna say those are done. I just gotta do this one a little bit longer, but I gotta put more cream on it. Plot twist. There's always a plot twist, right? There's always a fail that tends to happen, and it tends to happen to me. So granted, in that last clip, everything looked great. And when I brought them upstairs and cleaned off the peroxide and dried them and then let them air dry, there were white streaks on them, which, reading the forums, message boards and things, I knew that that was a possibility. But they said you don't want to let the peroxide cream go dry. That's what causes the streaking, and then you can't get rid of it. So I had some streaking, minimal streaking. So then I took an SOS pad and just tried a little spot that was kind of inconspicuous to see if I could get that off, because I thought maybe it wasn't really bleached, it was like dried hydrogen peroxide chemical reaction kind of thing. And it started coming off, but it didn't come completely off. You could still see like maybe 97% of it, but it still had some yellow spots. So I recovered them with the 50 volume. I made sure I put extra on so that it wouldn't dry out under the heat lamp in the UV light, and brought them up. And then I put the faces in as well. And here's what happened. It got worse. The streaking became worse all the way around. Like, I only had like little bits here and there. This round it was worse. And it did it to the faces too. And I only had these in for like 5 minutes, and then I checked them and they were still a little yellow green. So I left them for another 5 minutes. I did set a timer and went back down, and they looked perfect. I was so excited. I'm like, okay, all right. I didn't over process it this time. Brought them up, cleaned them off. And when they dried, that's what they look like. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it does have the same white, streaky, marbly look. So then my option is to either A, leave it as it is, and then it just looks like a cool marble or acid wash effect. Or my other option is to find powder blue spray paint, sand them down a little bit and paint them, but then I'd have to seal them. And I don't know if I want to fight with paint in order to get it to lay perfectly and look nice. I can't paint the faces. 2 reasons. A, I would have to disassemble the rotary part, and I don't know if I would be able to get it back together once I get it apart. And B, if I painted it, it would cover up the numbers, and then I would have to try to figure out how to get the numbers back on. And then it's not going to look authentic. So, my thought is that I'm just going to leave them as is. Because to try to fight and do something else, I don't think is gonna go over too well. Now, here is the white set that was originally literally tan. It was so bad. So this one came up. I probably could have left it in a little bit longer, but I didn't want to over process it. I ended up pulling it. It's not too bad. It has teensy little bit of yellow left compared to the mouthpiece and the earpiece, which nearly came out perfect. There's a few little spots on the side, but because it's like white and slightly yellow, you can't even really see it unless you look super close. So these ones I'm pretty happy with. The handset, there's definitely some streaking over here and on the ends, and that was from the plastic wrap being wrapped around it is what made the streaking happen. Still has a few little yellow spots like on top and on the sides. Not sure what I'm going to do about that. I think I'm just going to leave it, and it is what it is. But yeah, these came out perfect. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna deal with the boo-boo and just let it look like a marbled kind of effect, and then just go with it, because I'm not gonna throw them away. I spent too much money sourcing these two phones. So yeah, they're gonna be what they're gonna be. They're gonna be acid wash marble look, and they'll be unique and people will love them. So yeah, crafting is not always perfect and it's not always easy. Okay, I did some more reading and some more research, and one thing that I tried was I purchased a small bottle of like alcohol-based paint, or alcohol ink is what they call it. Unfortunately, the bottle that I picked up that was the closest color to the phone was a little too bright blue. It was like an ocean blue, and just didn't look as authentic. The second thing was that it was more of an opaque color and not a translucent color like what I was looking for. So I went back to the thinking chair, so to speak, and long story short, I figured out, hey, wait, this is plastic. What if I could dye them? And that's what I did. I did not record the dyeing process. I was just too focused on trying to figure out like how to fix this. So I did not record anything. I didn't even know if it was gonna work. I had no idea, but it did. The trick to dyeing plastic is you have to get the RIT dye for synthetic material. So I went down YouTube University, dyeing plastics rabbit hole of education, and found out that there were many people that were using RIT dye for synthetic fabrics to dye toys or just different plastic parts for different things. I happen to have a light blue dye on hand, and so I mixed up some dye. I just did the soaking method at first just to see if it was gonna work. It was working, so then I mixed it into a pot. I didn't do it too strong because I didn't want it to be super, super dark. And put the pieces in, and it worked. Now, the marbling is still there, but it did bring the blue color back to a little more of what it should be. And I'm gonna show you an example. So here is one of the finished phone purses, actually. This is one of the ones that I dyed. So again, it still has the streaking, but it's not as bad. All right. I then learned that there's a way to take the face off, and then I just put in a shallow dish the face, just to soak the face, so that way all the inside parts didn't get wet and maybe corrode or whatever could possibly happen to them. So I was able to bring back some more of the color so that it wasn't so light like you see in the previous clips. And as an example, you can see that is the original color of blue, and it brought it close. It brought it close. It was definitely better than it was before. It wasn't as bleached. Now you can see the difference in the cord. The cord does match the phone receiver a little better. So that's what I did. I tried a couple different things, ended up using dye to dye them, and it worked. So I felt a little better. As always, thank you for watching. I appreciate you following along on my creative journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, love, peace, and thrift, and we'll catch you on the flip side.